Okay, hi everyone. My name is Chen Lev Ami, and I am the CEO and founder of Yummi, which is a marketplace for homemade food. I'll start off with a confession. I don't cook. Actually, my whole family doesn't cook. My mom, my dad, my grandma, my husband doesn't cook. Actually, my ex used to cook, but ever since we broke up, I was left with no one cooking for me. So one day I was really hungry and craving this homemade food, you know, ktitzot or schnitzelim. And I thought, I wish I had someone who would cook for me, you know? Or why can't I pay someone to cook for me? So maybe not him, but definitely someone like her that has a passion for cooking and wants to cook for a living and would love to cook to someone like me. So 4 days later, I was already at my boss's office at 888 telling him that I'm leaving to fulfill my dream of feeding people like me. So today, I have many chefs cooking for me since we started off the beta in Israel, obviously. Some do it as part-time, some full-time, but they're all part of Yummi, which is a marketplace for homemade food. The idea is simple. On the one hand, you have people that don't cook because they don't have time or any other reason. On the other hand, you have people who love to cook and want to do it for a living. All we do is connect the both. And let me show you our upcoming version of the site in English. So here I have the different scenarios of ordering. I can see the different meals that the chefs provide, and of course the chefs themselves. So I have a huge variety of chefs from different kitchens, which each bring their own kitchen to Yummi. I can decide takeaway or delivery. I order a day in advance because the chefs cook it especially for me. So the order is done on demand. They buy the ingredients and cook it afterwards. That's how it's fresh and personalized. I define the style and special needs, and I get the relevant chefs for me. Let's check out Noah's menu. Here I can see the different categories in her menu. I can see the different and wonderful dishes. I can see also the ingredients, instructions, ratings of other people. Let's add this one to the cart. I also love lasagna, so let's add that one. And now I can provide my special reference. Now, no coriander, kusbara, little salt, or for me it's always no cinnamon. And that's basically it. I proceed to check out, put my personal details, pay, and I get home food delivered to my front door. So, before we continue, I want to ask you a quick question. What do you think are the most popular dishes on the site today? Tell me. What do you think? Pasta. Meatballs. Okay, you're close. First one, schnitzelim. Okay. Now, half of you are looking confused, half of you get it. That's because half of you cook or have someone cooking for you, and half of you don't. And those who don't, get it. Second one, kubeselek. So, everyone loves it. Not everyone has safta mizrachit, so those of us who don't need to rent one to cook for us. Another interesting thing about us is that we are 6 girls in the office, so we have a lot to talk about, a lot of girl power. Thank you. And after running a successful pilot in Israel, we are ready to launch abroad, aiming at large urban cities where you have foodies culture and health awareness. We're looking at 3 main scenarios. First one, people like me, don't cook, need someone to cook for them. Second scenario, family dinner. So both parents are busy working, don't have time to cook, but still want to serve a homemade meals to their family at dinner. And dinner parties. You know, people want to host with great food, don't want to cook. That's where we come. And in Israel, it's also Aruchot Shabbat and holidays and so on. So you may ask me, what's the difference between buying other prepared food and the food from Yummi? And the answer is the food. So there is nothing like homemade food. And to illustrate it, I'll ask you the following question. Who would you rather cook for you? You know, would you rather it to be those guys on the left in an industrial kitchen cooking in huge amounts, or these lovely personal chefs on the right side that cook especially for you on demand according to your needs with special attention? You know, and if this option is even cheaper than the other one, then really there is no dilemma here. Let's talk about the industry. huge. Everyone's got to eat at least 3 times a day. Everyone wants a piece of this industry. So you might ask me, is there anything like Yummi already? And the answer is, of course there is. A lot of startups are in the food industry. A lot of these also received high investments in the last couple of months. So the industry is booming. We're all trying to solve the same problem of people not cooking. However, each of us does it a bit differently. Some of these do delivery services, some cook themselves, some help you cook or bring a chef to your home. But none of these are what we do, which is a marketplace for home-based chefs that cook on demand and send the food to your front door. Why will we win? First of all, we have the best food you could buy. You don't have to take my word for it. Ynet also did a checkup of the places to buy prepared food from, voted us number 1. Thank you. Thank you. Second, we have very loyal customers, more than 50% return. About 20 of them become heavy users and order every week, like I do. And the average amount keeps growing from 230 to 400 shekels. That's because people get addicted to us and buy more and more. We have very high quality service, but are scalable since we don't do any logistics on our side. And our ROI is really great, so it costs us much less to bring a customer than what we get from lifetime value. That means it makes sense to invest to bring more customers in. And most importantly, we want to feed the world. That's what we want to do. That's our mission. So if until today you had 3 options to getting home food: 1, cook; 2nd, buy frozen food; 3rd, do some takeout. From today, you have a 4th option, Yummi, which is better, but don't take my word for it. Go into the site, check it out. I'm sure you love it. I know I do. Thank you.
First, great presentation. Thank you. How you think you address the scalability issue? Because we are different tastes, in different country, in different food. So I think it's a great job to be in one place. It's very hard to cook it. Then how scalability will go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so first of all, the need is everywhere. You know, people everywhere need to eat, and we see that the phenomenon of personal chefs that cook for you already exists in many places. So it is a hyper-local marketplace, so we do need someone on site, like Uber and others, that do the management of the local things. But since we don't do any logistics, it's only for cooks recruiting and local marketing. But other than that, we are fully scalable.
Any health-related issues?
There are some regulations about cooking from home, of course. Some places it's allowed, you just get a certificate and you can start doing it. Some requires you to do some adjustments in your kitchen. But since it's on-demand cooking, it's not that the chef is imitating a restaurant, you know?
Do you monitor that?
We make sure that everyone is yeah, exactly.
Question. First of all, it's very cool.
Thank you.
But 2 questions. One, supported platforms. You did not mention mobile. Do you have a mobile app or HTML5?
Mm-hmm.
And the second question is North American marketing, because marketing in North America, or whichever cities you attack, because you know, Israel is one thing, but when you go out to the States or to Europe, the cost of marketing and the significance of being local are going to be a big issue, so I'm interested to hear your thoughts about it.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, regarding Moiba, it's in our plan, it's coming soon.
And very good presentation, by the way.
Thank you. And regarding your question about marketing, well, until today we did mostly marketing without money, I call it, PR, Facebook, and so on, and still we see a lot of people coming in. So our next stage is to get some funding so that we can invest in marketing and bring more people in. I think that you need to, you know, drop the stone, a big stone, so that will make a big impact. And then we see word of mouth working very well for us.
I had to do with something that Tzachi asked before. It seems like the scalability issue here is recruiting the chefs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's quite easy. and the accreditation that you give the chef regarding the quality of their food, the health issues of their food, and other items. How do you plan to tackle that?
Okay, so we have basically two stages. We have the recruiting stage at the beginning where we start off, and that's where we, select our chefs and make sure they're all great, okay, and they're all standing in all the requirements and so on. After the site is active and you have a lot of chefs, then you can use also the crowd for this. We get ratings, we ask our customers, and that's how we make sure the chefs are doing well. We have a good process, so we managed to have a good process in Israel where we meet with the chefs and make sure that they're fine and have all the regulations and everything in hand. Most of them come to us, so it's not really a problem to recruit them. And most of them are actually people that do it already today, So we only provide them with a platform to go out and market themselves. But we make sure that they provide a good service by ordering from them, by doing, asking our customers about them, and so on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.